Welcome back, everybody, to the EON Network podcast. I'm excited to be back alongside with my broadcast colleague T. I'm Adrian Matt and T. We were just talking about this literally seconds before we went on the air, and I was just dying of laughing because of how idiotic Trump is. So this entire episode is going to be about P. Diddy. We understand, we all know the controversy relying on P. Diddy. Of course, everything that's been happening over the past couple of years, everything that's culminated. The guy's been exposed, and thankfully, of course, he's been taken to custody. And I understand that his trial is going to begin. The guy is just a bad guy. Let's be honest. He's a bad guy, but another bad guy. From bad guy to another bad guy, our current president of the United States, Donald Trump. This right here sickens me completely. According to the latest, President Trump apparently said that apparently he indicated that he is actually willing to consider pardoning P. Diddy Combs, citing their past friendship for the past couple of years. And it has been perhaps maybe the most disgusting thing that I read here, T. Our own president. And are you surprised that Trump would pardon this guy, seeing that Trump is kind of in the same category?
No, 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 no. I don't. I don't. Sadly, I don't. I'm big. He's gonna pardon Diddy. Okay. What's next is he's gonna pardon pedophiles, and next thing you know, he's gonna pardon murderers. And yeah, because Donald Trump is a felon, right? So Donald Trump does not care about uh uh people that does bad things. No, no, he wants to give them lollipops and suckers and break them out of jail.
So, so the way you described it probably is the best way to describe it. Um, so, listen, there's a whole lot for me to just unload here, but I don't know where to begin. We know Donald Trump. We know Donald Trump. This is no secret, okay? We've been even saying this since last year and the year before that. I mean, you and I have known each other for quite some time, and this is something that we've been discussing behind the scenes. How Donald Trump truly is, as we already know, a bad guy. But it's no surprising that a guy like Donald Trump, who of course has been he's been labeled as, well, I don't want to say that word. I don't know if YouTube's gonna flag it or not, but he's been labeled as an assaulter. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah,
He has been labeled as a creep for many different reasons, which he is, and he's been labeled a lot of different things. But P Diddy now, isn't it kind of interesting that here's a guy, he actually has been labeled so many different things as well, and yet here comes Donald Trump, the man who actually has been in the midst of controversy through the couple of years. Now he's going to go out and he's going to try to assist a fellow creep as well. It's like creep gravitating towards creeps to help each other out.
I mean,
I mean,
uh,
come on. What is this?
what happened was, Donald Trump was once upon a time at this Diddy party, and they had like I don't know what kind of business that they had at these Diddy parties,
Right.
but yeah, they become best friends, and yeah,
Now, this is according to the Washington Post. This was posted actually earlier today, as of June 2nd, well, 2:32 p.m. East Coast. It said here that Trump could pardon Diddy, so the president wouldn't rule out a pardon of Sean Combs, who's been charged with trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, and indicated that he may very well actually end up doing it. So there's a whole slew of different articles that talk about this stuff, and I mean, it's just an absolutely, like I said, I mean, it's just flabbergasting to me the fact that we gotta, honestly, we're living in the United States, in our own guy, our own president, the chief of staff, the entire guy who represents the world, if you think about it, because the United States is the number one country in the world. And since we're the number one country in the world, who really is the face of the world? Well, none other than Donald Trump at this juncture. Donald Trump is the guy, he is the number one, he is at the helm. And yet he actually is going to go out of his way to do this crap, to do this garbage. It makes me sick. It really makes everyone sick, of course.
you
But
know what,
unless if you're supporting Trump.
you know what,
Trump supporters are not against it.
you know what makes me sick. I'm sick of like he's parting pardon people like Chrisley and Diddy, but he's not going to keep the immigrants safe. No, no, no. He like the immigrants that do illegal stuff. He's not gonna try to help them or what. Not-
Right.
I mean, but
I don't get it.
what?
I know. I honestly do not get it. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand. I mean, there are people here in the United States, right? People who are, well, yeah, immigrants, for instance.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
suffer 24/7.
they do, and you're not gonna give them a second chance. You're not going to give them a chance. You give
Exactly.
you give pedophiles a chance. You give. Oh, I'm sorry. The p word. I'm gonna just edit that word out and just say p word, because I don't want us to get flagged. So the p word. Um.
P for P Diddy. Anyway,
Oh God. Yeah, I forgot that. um. Yeah. Anyway. He is a horrible guy. And oh, I just cannot. I cannot with him. And since we're on the topic of pardon, you know who's next going to be pardoned? I mean, he's not in jail, but you know who's next going to be off the hook?
who would that be?
That would be Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, Vince McMahon is going to be the next person that Donald J. Trump pardoned. Why? Because they are good friends. They are best friends, and yeah.
I mean, I also wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly would not be surprised that that's going to be the case. You know, Vince McMahon and Donald Trump, they're so close. But when it comes to P. Diddy himself, though, I mean, this
Yeah.
is an absolutely, like I said, this is a completely different field. Okay. Vince McMahon obviously is he's a different story.
Oh yeah,
But
we
out of
can
the
talk
two, I
about.
would definitely say, oh, yeah, for sure. But out of the two, though, I think P. Diddy did more of the evil crimes, if you ask me. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
seriously, I mean, P. Diddy, he was responsible for so many of the heinous acts that he's done. I mean, I also heard apparently that there were a lot of rumors considering that him and Justin Bieber apparently that Justin Bieber was traumatized through the
Oh
years, that it was P Diddy that would
my
that would exploit Justin Bieber and would do things behind the scenes behind closed
god.
doors to the young kid at the time, and now of course Justin Bieber wants
So
nothing to do with P Diddy.
so here's what I've heard about um Justin, and yes, P Diddy is partially to blame. Now, why do I say partially? Is because there is another individual involved that messed Justin Bieber up.
Mhm.
Now, I'm talking about someone inside of a church that you would think that nobody in the church would corrupt you. But this man corrupted Justin Bieber. This man had intercourse, unwilling intercourse with Justin Bieber, and I think it was I think it was um partial with the Diddy thing as well, because Diddy did the same thing to Bieber. So I think that's what also traumatized Bieber. Now, Diddy has done things to people like Orlando Brown. As you guys
All right.
remember, Orlando Brown was this amazing actor on That's So Raven. Amazing actor when he was on Family Matters when he was a kid. And thankfully, Orlando Brown is starting to get his life back in order.
I did hear about that, right? For Orlando Brown himself. Yep.
Yeah, he's getting his life back on track. Thank God to answer prayers. Um, but Orlando was one of the guys that fell off the track, that was high on drugs, mentally on drugs. And we can talk about Orlando Brown on another topic if you want, Adrian.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that was one of the things that Diddy did, and then there's so many others that Diddy have have rubbed off the wrong way. Usher is one of them. He did things to Usher as well.
So Usher was also a victim.
Usher, yeah, Usher was at Diddy parties, yeah. So Usher was at the Diddy party. I heard Will Smith was at the Diddy party. There's multiple people that was at the Diddy party. People say Jamie Foxx was at the Diddy party. I'm not sure if Jamie Foxx was, but that's what one of the rumors was, that Jamie Foxx was at the Diddy party.
I mean, like I said, I mean, like I said, I'm flabbergasted. I mean, every single time I'm listening to this stuff, it makes me feel sick. There are a lot more details each and every single time. Seriously, there are a lot more details that is
Yeah,
coming to light, and I can guarantee you that. I mean, at this point in time, we are only scratching the surface. I mean, there is so much more in between the lines. I can guarantee you that, and there's going to be a lot more information that's going to be coming out to light as we do progress over the next couple of weeks, heading into not only the rest of June but also July, August, and so forth. I understand that again, P Diddy himself really in a lot of hot water, and well, rightfully so. But going back to the initial statement, I mean, why would Donald Trump, of all people, though, be the man to do this? I mean, isn't Donald Trump actually? You know what? I was going to ask the question, but who cares at this point? We all know the answer to this question. I was going to ask, isn't Donald Trump afraid of his credibility? But then again, why would I ask that redundant question? We already know that Donald Trump already ruined his credibility through the years, so of course he's going to do something stupid like this, and that is to pardon D. Pity, or I'm sorry, P. Diddy. Actually, he should be known as D. Pity. He is a douche who, of course, is very pity.
I love that douche and petty goes well. That is where he is. Yes, yes. Now, I'm going to say this, right, and I don't want people can hate me if they want, right? So, and the reason why I say this is because I despise Diddy for what he's done as a person. His music, though, I will forever love his music. Artwork. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm a fan of Diddy as a person. That just means I just like his music. I mean, you can judge me all you want with that.
I was just going to say that I think his music was always awful, but that's just me. Right. I mean, and you have every right. Listen, you have every single right to like the music, right? I mean,
Right.
there are a lot of movies, for instance. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, Jeepers Creepers. I don't know if you ever got the chance to watch that movie. Really, really good movie. The director of that film was a registered offender, and
Yeah.
obviously, just because I watched the film doesn't mean that I support the guy, right? Obviously
Right.
not. So it's the
Right.
same with this. You can listen to the music, you can enjoy the music. That doesn't mean that you condone nor support the guy doing it. And in this case, you enjoy P Diddy's music, and that's fine. The problem
Yeah.
is, though, is that he himself, though, has done this.
Yeah.
Who knows how long this has been going on? I mean, T, honestly, I have to ask you this question because
Yeah.
how long has this been going on? Do you know? Because apparently this has been going on for over a decade, from what I heard.
So yeah, I've heard going for the decade, but because I did not answer your question, I'm gonna ask your other question about Donald Trump pardoning people, and then I'm gonna answer the question that you just answered.
Of course.
Donald Trump is going to continue pardoning people because that's who he is. He's a felon, and he wants to you know break his friends out of prison because he thinks that he can do that because he's a president, and yeah, he has the power. He has the power to do that because he is the president. So we gotta think of that, right? But at the same time, it is still wrong. It is wrong to get people out of jail, get murders out of jail, get the P word out of jail, get the R word out of jail. I can't say the R word because YouTube um will flag this, but Donald Trump is capable of doing this stuff, and because he has what power. It was just a day ago or a week ago that Elon Musk just stepped down from his cabinet, from
Right.
what I've read. So, so you know if something is wrong, if himself, Elon Musk was one of Donald Trump's biggest fans. If you see Elon Musk stepping down from Donald Trump's cabinet, that
Right.
should say something. Um, Donald Trump is the most evil person that we have in our White House, and the Republicans are responsible for that.
Oh no, I agree. I mean, I really don't understand it. All these people who voted for Trump, they're very arrogant, ignorant, and just not educated.
Is it?
Um,
Oh,
but
sorry.
yes.
I was going to say, what was your second question?
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I mean, this has been happening for over a decade, correct? I mean, this is something that I've
Yeah,
been reading over the past couple of months. I mean, this is a story that everyone has been reading. This has been making headlines literally through the past year, and I've been reading.
yeah.
I've been reading so many different articles, and they indicate that this has been going on for years. It's not something recent. This has been happening for over a decade at this point.
So it's been happening for a long time. The reason why it was being brought up, the reason why all this is being brought up, is because um, Cassie, or Casey, um, the one that was dating Diddy, brought this back up to light. Now, and uh, long before all this being brought to light, Cassie was paid by Diddy,
Uh huh.
because he paid Cassie, and to not tell, or to not go to the um, courts for all this stuff. From what I've understand, I'm not sure if that's true, but I've heard that she got paid before. And then um, Cassie came back and was falling suit against Diddy again. Um, and yeah, that's a whole mess in itself. So we can talk
Right.
about that in
In another
another time.
podcast.
Yeah, that's a
I mean,
mess
this
in
is.
itself. So
I mean, this
let
is a whole layer if you think about it. A whole layer of different stuff.
Diddy is a mess. Like there's like a whole. You can write an essay on Diddy's what Diddy have done. It's a book long. It's a pages long of what Diddy have done. And it's it's a bit heavy.
Yes.
If you think Moby Dick, and if you think Pride of Prejudice is heavy, this is heavy. This is very heavy. We talking about Diddy and all that stuff. This is very heavy.
I agree with you. Seriously, this is emotionally, honestly traumatizing for a lot of people out there who have unfortunately been through trafficking and other stuff that has happened. This has been a very emotional time for all the fans of P. Diddy. And not only that, but also just shocking in general. The fact that a human being is willing to do all this stuff for over a decade, really. And, you have all the money in the world. P. Diddy, and for instance, he has all the money in the entire world. He has all the lawyers in the entire world. He has the housing. He has the shelter. He has the food. He has all the fans. He has the platform. And yet he throws it all away for this garbage that he was able to basically place in his life. And, I hope he gets what's coming to him. I really do hope that this is not going to be some sort of Andrew Tate, when Andrew Tate also was taken into custody because of the fact that apparently he also was involved in some sort of trafficking that took place, and then eventually everybody forgot about him, and then he was once again being talked about in a positive light, and people were supporting the guy. I hope that is not the case here for P. Diddy. I hope, and you know what, I can guarantee you it's not, but I do hope that it's not going to be the case, because I know a lot of Trump supporters out there. They're going to do everything they can to make sure that they're going to defend Trump trying to pardon this guy. Trump does pardon this guy. Guess what's going to happen? All of the Trump supporters are going to support P. Diddy, and then they're going to try to normalize everything he's done, and then they're going to look past that, and they're going to actually pretend he didn't do anything wrong in the first place.
There's one Trump supporter that's we all know that thinks Trump is doing stuff normal. There's one particular rapper that I can think of that I know, and we can talk about Kanye West in another another podcast. But yeah, I'm talking about Kanye West. Kanye West is another individual that thinks of Trump being. Now, here's the thing. I think Kanye is he was brainwashed. That's a brainwashed Kanye West. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, he's been brainwashed. There's no way Kanye believes a thing that Donald Trump is saying. He's been brainwashed.
Right. He
I'm
really
not,
has.
I don't believe Kanye West is supporting Donald Trump. He's on stuff, and I'm gonna tell you, like I said, we can talk about Kanye West on a different podcast because there's so much that I can say about Kanye and Donald Trump. Um, but yeah, Donald Trump and Diddy inviting Donald Trump to one of his Diddy parties. Yes, this is true. Um, and they became friends ever since. I don't like the fact that just because he's your friend, you're going to bail your friend out of jail. You
Right.
know that's
That's.
not. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that is really against someone's ethics at that point.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit if my best friend was in jail. I love my best friend, right? I love
Hmm.
my best friend, and um, I hope he's not hearing me when I say this. Um, but if my best friend was in jail, I love him dearly. We grew up, been in pre-K. I grew up with him since pre-K, right?
Hmm.
Um, if he goes to jail for something that he did wrong, I'm not going to pay my hard-earned money to get him out of jail.
Right.
That's hard to say for me because
Exact. Well,
I
yep.
love my best friend. I love my best friend. But if I known that he was a murderer, if I know he was an R word, if I know that he uh, was a P word, I could not bail him out. And I know
Right.
he would not do the same for me or any of my family. They would,
Right.
keep me locked up if I was that type of
It,
person.
exactly. And as I said before, it's all about ethics, all about morals and integrity. I mean, seriously. I mean, I get it. I mean, listen. Right? You have friends, you have family members, you love them to death, you wish the best for them, but that does not mean that you can also condone and just brush anything they do. And in this case, Donald Trump, who's friends with P. Diddy, that
Yeah.
does not mean that you get to brush what P. Diddy has done over the past decade and a half. I mean, seriously, Donald Trump, what are you doing? I know you've done a lot of stupid things through the years. And you know what? I know that you're going to continue to do a lot of stupid things through the years. But at the very least, can you at least have some common sense with this one? For crying out loud, can you please have some common sense for this one? Why are you going to pardon a man that is responsible for hurting so many people? And not just recently. Again, this has been going on for over a decade. Donald Trump, what are you doing? Seriously, I don't get it. It just fathoms me completely.
Donald Trump is he just thinks about himself. He thinks about his uh supporters is what he
Right.
just think about. That's all he think
Exactly.
about. He don't think about the victims at all. Because if he did, he would not be pardoning them. If he
Right.
if he uh thought about the law, he would not have be he would not have pardoned Todd Chrisley. You know, um.
Another
So
guy. Yep.
yeah, another guy that's been pardoned and he's out free now. Um, but we I've said this a lot of times. America is going downhill right now, and because we have an idiot in the White House. That's
And
we are going downhill because we have an orange idiot, an orange orangutan trying to tear us down. It I
yeah, and that idiot literally has honestly every single decision in the palm of his hands, and he is honestly going to, from what it looks like at least, he's going to be pardoning P. Diddy. I was going to call him an orange Oompa Loompa, but then again, I love Oompa Loompas. I don't know if you've seen Willy Wonka, but I love him. So why would I want to insult the Oompa Loompas?
I love Oompa Loompas. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my favorite. Oompa Doopa
Loompa
Dippet.
doopa dee doo. Hey, listen. I want to tell everyone thanks for, of course, catching this episode. A very controversial episode. In fact, most of the time we get the chance to talk about these episodes. I mean, most of them are very controversial, and thankfully, of course, T, you come here every single time alongside with myself, a part of Eon Network, representing Eon Network, being able to express our opinions and being able to talk about this, and just being able to really discuss and dissect everything that is happening, and just being able to again dwell into the subject at hand. But also, that doesn't mean that you guys can't do it. If you guys actually have any opinions concerning this, please do so by commenting below in the comment section. And as always, you can like, comment, and subscribe when it comes to none other than Eon Network Podcast. But at the end of the day, I will say this: P. Diddy is a monster. And if Donald Trump pardons this man, if Donald Trump pardons P. Diddy, forget about it. Donald Trump should never be forgiven for any of the stuff he's done. But if he's going to stoop that low, and I'm telling you, he's already stooped very low. If he's going to stoop that low to pardon this monster, I honestly have no words. That's my final comment there.
My final word says like if Donald Trump um does actually go with this and pardons Diddy, just bro, I want you to go to jail as well. You need to go to jail. I mean, that, that goes against the U.S. code. I guess, dude. Is that a code? It might be a code. It should be a code.
Yes.
If it's
Mm-hmm.
not a code, it should be a code.
Code of honor and so forth. Yep.
Yeah. Um. So. Yeah. Donald Trump, you are a scumbag. Diddy, you're a scumbag. But I love your music. But that still does not mean that I like you as a person. You are still a scumbag, and I don't like you.
I can definitely agree with you there 100%. With that said, again, everybody, please comment below if you agree with us. And if you disagree with us, I don't know why you would, but you can always express yourself in the comments below. This is a Eon Network episode, ladies and gentlemen, featuring T and myself, Adrian Matt. We want to wish everybody a good night. We'll catch you next time, a part of the Eon Network podcast for the next episode. And again, as always, we're going to go ahead and lead my broadcast colleague T to take us home.
Stay, Gate.